Boom. Recording right now, my friend. What's
Sounds
going
good.
on?
It's good. Not much, brother. Just hanging out, man. Trying to get out of this LA heat, man. It started pretty good now in August, and I'm here in my little studio. Hopefully, you can hear the air. The air is right here. I have it on blast, and so yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's still your summertime here because over there, sorry, because we're almost at the end of winter now.
Oh man, is it cold over there right now?
For the last couple of days, it's been like really like crappy rainy weather, but now like the
Mm,
sun's out, so it's perfect time to do some laundry.
good, bro. Right. Over here, honestly, June and July started pretty chill, but they just said that sorry, August is gonna be a hellscape, and it just started. It's like 100 degrees right now, or 98 or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's pretty hot. So I'm like, in here it's pretty good. I have the air on, and it's kind of dark as you can see. So hopefully, let me know if you can hear the thing blast because it gets hot in here real
Yeah.
quick, especially in the afternoons.
Yeah. Well, like before we hit this record button, we were just chatting about guitars and stuff like that, and
Oh, dude, endless, bro.
yeah, yeah, and like we're both EMG players as well.
All day, all day. Yeah.
Yeah. So like before we dive into like horror and stuff like that, like how did you get into playing guitar and like who inspired you to play?
Yeah, so pretty much you know what? It's funny because I always start off with saying that I have a big family, so I have cousins that are older than me, and
Yeah.
all my music stuff came from those guys. Like
Yeah.
I was, a teenager, 10, 11, 12, and my cousins were, born in the 80s, and they're mid 20s and stuff, and I'd always see them coming into parties with their Iron Maiden shirts and Scorpion specifically, and you know what? And then, yeah, just from there, and then, my parents obviously coming from Mexico and they're pretty hip, so they listen to all that Mexican rock, the Latin rock, and
Oh, nice.
yeah. So they're pretty young at the time with all my other uncles, and I remember listening to all those bands, and I think as I started getting older, like fifth, sixth grade or something, I started to get an ear for all the kind of like the heavy music. It's like again, I would see my cousins with like the Iron Maiden Killer shirt, and I'd be like, "Oh, what is that?" Yeah, that
Yeah.
type of stuff. And then my dad would listen to Scorpions, "Rocky Like a Hurricane" and "Wind of Change," and so it just kind of grew up around music. My dad likes classic rock. The Police.
Yeah.
That's because of him. I love the Police.
So my dad too, man. He's a big classic rock person.
Dude, I grew up listening to Foreigner and the Police and Boston and Kansas and Black Sabbath and Hendrix and then other stuff like Depeche Mode and just all over the stuff. So it's pretty. And then obviously the Spanish bands. But yeah, he stayed away from all that crazy rock stuff. I'll tell you that much. I haven't heard that by myself. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So it's pretty good. I had Santana and etc. stuff like that was really super interesting when I was growing up. So that was totally in my face. So
Yeah. That's awesome, man. And like how did like what was your first band playing? Like what was the first band that you started playing in?
um, so pretty much I started playing guitar. I'm 32 now. I started playing when I was 12. Sounds like 20 years ago, right?
Oh
And
yeah. I started around 12 and I'm 39 now. So
yeah, so it's been sticking around, So I remember it's funny because it wasn't even a band, but I remember when I don't know, I started like in 2006, and maybe about a year later, it's when System of a Down came out with Mesmerize and all that stuff, and System of a Down really changed my. So I
yeah.
remember I learned stuff like that, and then one of my neighbors, he played the drums, so we would go to his house, and I would have a little 30-watt amp that I try to keep up with his drums, and we would just play System of a Down covers. I
Yeah.
learned Lost in Hollywood, and I learned BYOB and stuff, and that type of stuff. And then I just started kind of just kind of jamming with him, honestly. Nothing really crazy. So and then that was before high school, and then in kind of high school, I just jammed by myself. And then kind of it's not when I moved out of the area to the high desert, going to Vegas. That's
Yeah.
when I was out of high school and I had better gear and stuff, and that's when I joined a band with some kids I found out there. So nothing serious at the time, um, just kind of jamming in my buddy's backyard, trying to be thrashers, going to shows and trying to write
Yeah,
riffs, and we just got to the point where the songs would just be like, hey, let's play number one, number two, number three. So it was really hard finding a singer. So it was mostly
yeah,
just like an instrumental band at the time, but pure thrash at that time.
yeah, yeah. Thrash was my thing too when I was like in my early 20s or something
Mm.
like that, man. Yeah, early 20s or something like that. And I remember listening to Bring the Noise on Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
what got me into thrash, man. And then obviously like well, Metallica came first, but then
Mhm.
like bands like Anthrax and all those other bands. Like like when you play video games too, like you always hear like really cool like hard rock, thrash
Like
metal,
the
like
soundtracks, huh?
the soundtracks and stuff like that, and like in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. And then
There's
you go on and then you go online trying to find out who they are, and you just like dive into it and you just become a fan
yeah,
of them, man.
it's especially the Tony Hawk games. I remember
Yeah,
playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, and I remember like who was it? I think like Danzig was on there or something, or the Adolescence was on there. It's kind of when I first heard kind of punk, skate punk type of deal.
yeah.
And then I remember getting Tony Hawk's Underground 2. I don't know if you remember that game with like Bam and
Yes, yeah. I downloaded one. Actually, I bought it off Game Pass on Xbox.
yeah,
The remastered version of it.
yeah. Oh, they have a remaster of that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they remastered 3 and 4 as well.
Yeah,
So I've been playing that a lot.
yeah, man. That had a lot of good music. Like the whole CKY band and all that stuff. Remember that stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. That again, that's what got me into
Dude, also
Bam
for
Margera.
yeah. Also for me, bro. I don't know if I used to skate, so a lot of skate videos, man.
Yeah,
I remember looking like all the Zero and stuff like that. I remember in one of them, one of the dudes was skating to Black Magic from Slayer. And I'm like, what is that, man? That thing's so just that fast tremolo picking. And then the more
Mm.
I started listening to that stuff, I see a lot of I'm like, what is that? And then eventually, looking them up and be like, oh, that's Slayer. What's Slayer? What is that? So
Yeah, yeah. I think it was like Angel of Death or whatever it was. I'm not too sure if it was like on the friggin' Tony Hawk game or not
yeah,
or
I think it
something.
was Raining Blood or Angel. It was one of those.
One of those two.
Yeah,
Yeah. So were you like a self-taught guitar player?
yeah. So it's pretty funny. I love telling people this story, especially now that they ask me like, hey, how'd you learn all these styles and stuff? Yeah, man, I just, and I just taught myself. I happened to be on YouTube when it started. I think it started like 05, 06 or something. So I
Yeah.
remember I remember learning there for the most part, but just in general, I just I've never been good in school. I'm always all
Same.
over. Yeah, dude, I'm always all over the place, and the teachers would tell my mom like, "Yo, this kid's got like ADHD or something." Like, maybe like he doesn't study. So I
Yeah.
remember, yeah, my parents tried to put me into a music school or a teacher, and I was just like, it kind of doesn't help out that at the time I had the
Yeah.
mentality of like, I want to play like Iron Maiden, I want to play like Sabbath. Why am I learning these chords?
Yeah.
These suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was not paying attention, and I remember one time my parents got me like a private tutor, with my buddy in the backyard. I was a kid, and the dude would be like, all right, dudes, next week learn these three chords, and dude, I would not learn anything. And the next week I would go there and I'd be like, I forgot what you said or something. But in
Yeah.
reality, I was
Yeah.
like, why am I playing these G, C, D chords? I want to gallop like Maiden, bro. Like, what is this? So it's funny because then the teacher tells my mom like, hey, can I talk to you? Like, if I were you, I wouldn't waste money. He doesn't want to play guitar. Like, he's not interested. I give him homework and he just not pays. So stop wasting your money, lady. Like, this kid does not want to play guitar. But in
Yeah.
reality, I was like, dude, man, I want to play Maiden. I want to play like Anthrax. I just, so that's when I just went on to YouTube, and I realized that there was a bunch of, lesson on this, lesson on that. So I just learned song by song, copying licks from licks, and then I realized that a lot of the songs are kind of the same, just one's faster, one's slower, one's a different
Yeah,
rhythm, So I just ended up just learning from there and just copying different riffs and just realizing that everything's pretty much the same. A lot of
yeah,
repetitions.
yeah, yeah. I didn't get into like fast mute pick until I listened to Metallica, dude.
Mm,
Because that
yeah,
was still fresh for me when I was starting to play. Like, but then because I played when I was 12, then I stopped, and then when I was 16, I picked it back up again and
of
started
course.
buying Guitar World books. Um, yeah, that's how I learned how to palm mute was by Metallica,
Hmm.
and down tuning was Black Sabbath because I didn't know
Of
what drop
course.
D was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me too. If it wasn't for those videos, that all right, guys, you're gonna tune it to where it says D on the tuner, and I'm like, oh, that's how you get that sound, okay. And then I realized, oh wait, this other song is in this tuning, oh, so that's drop D, okay, that type of stuff. Trial and error. Took a long time, I'll
Yeah,
tell you that much. Took a really long time, but
yeah, and every time I go to buy packets of strings, I always buy always go on the internet to find what my favorite guitar players use, right? So I always buy Ernie Ball strings because
me
you
too.
see at the back of the cover. I don't use them. I use the Derios now,
Yeah, me too.
because they last longer.
With the
And
name,
I always see,
right?
yeah, at the back it's got like the list of your favorite guitar
I'm
players
all
at the
looking at,
back.
okay, Iron Maiden's right here, because dude, when I
And
was a
Kirk
teen,
Hammett.
yeah, when I was a teen, like learning, like I want to learn guitar, because I listen to all those bands. But I'm telling you, man, my favorite band of all time is Iron Maiden, bro. They
Yeah.
skyrocketed my knowledge beyond belief. Like when I listened to Maiden, I was like, this is it. That's what I want to sound like. So
Mm.
I had that in mind when I went to the guitar teacher, when I did this and that. That's kind of that's what I had in mind. I want to play like that. So that's why I had all these these lessons were like, yo, this sucks. Why am I not galloping? It sounds so sick. So
Yeah. Yeah. Maiden's like one of those bands that when they play in a home like when they play in our hometown, they're just like a big local band. But then when they go around the world, like there's just people just like follow them everywhere.
yeah, man.
Me and a coworker were talking about this at work a few weeks ago. How like if Maiden plays in the UK, to them it's just a local gig. But like if they come to like places like to the States or Australia or wherever, it's
Crazy,
like it's
bro.
packed. Like it's crazy.
Dude, and they do, that's super packed, and it's good to see, because Maiden's worldwide now. It's so crazy, man. Just like Metallica too. They're on the same boat. They play the
Yeah.
Bay Area, they play here, it's hometown, but then they go Australia. I think they play like Antarctica or something. Remember, they did something like that. So
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, so it's crazy, man. But yeah, man. But I think for me, Maiden changed my whole musical, just my little mind at the time. I was like, bro, like these guys are like the harmonies, the gallop, the singing, just the ultimate vibe. So I was super excited. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I want to sound like. So and then from there, I just went on my own journey
Yeah.
of finding like, what is that sound when it's going fast? Oh, it's galloping. Okay, cool. Like so.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Sick. So you are the rhythm guitar player for Anathema, yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
Correct?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so because you replaced Jose, correct?
Yeah. At the
Yeah,
time,
because
yeah,
I had Jose on
I saw that.
last time, and he went to join Hyrax, which
Yep.
Hyrax is another great band, which I
Oh,
had
100.
Kate on and
That's
Alan on
badass.
here.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
so like
Dude,
how did
it's,
you score that gig? How did you score that gig with
so
Anathema?
it's funny because I scored it surprisingly, dude, with all the social medias and all the apps now. Out of all things, Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the band mixes and SoundCloud, dude. It was Craigslist, bro. I
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I live now close to the LA area, to down, 20 minutes from downtown, and
Yeah.
being a thrasher myself, I go to shows there a lot, and you know what, and obviously, I'm also with Thrash Watch, so but we're up from the high desert. So now that I'm down here, I was like, man, it'd be cool to join a thrash band in the LA area.
Yeah.
That's where I go see shows. That's where I. So I was just like, I don't know, just browsing one time on Craigslist. I don't, because I like going, looking at gear on Craigslist or whatever. I mean, nobody uses it nowadays, but I just
Yeah.
went on. I just put. I think I went on community. I think I went on musicians, and I just put thrash, and it came up. Looking for guitarists or whatever. And I don't know. The flyer looked pretty solid. Like it didn't look like flyer looked pretty solid. The requirements looked pretty solid, and I'm like, all right. So I checked them out, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a thrash band. I wasn't expecting a thrash band. So yeah, I just hit him up. I hit Alan up, and he called me within like 20 minutes. He's like, "Hey, bro, you texted me. What's up?" And we just had a conversation, and I basically told him, man, I have this gear. I have this gear. I'm set up for this. I'm a thrasher. I play this. I sent him a bunch of videos, and he's like, bro, he's like, dude, you have soul, man. That's what he said. He's like, let's get a
Yeah.
rehearsal. Learn these songs, which is the Trooper and stuff, which is like old school stuff. So I was like, yeah. And he said, just try to learn one of our songs, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks or something like that. So, yeah, pretty much it, man. Came pretty
Yeah.
organically, dude. We just kind of hit it off, and we are talking for a minute, and then yeah, just learn those songs. He wanted me to learn the Trooper, the Four Horsemen, I think it is, and and
Yeah.
and and one of the Anathema songs.
Oh,
So
nice. Were you in the Bound for the Wicked album?
no,
No.
no, 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 no. That was
Okay, gotcha.
a couple of years before. Well, a couple of years, like I think 2 years before I joined or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Oh, okay, so Jose was still in there then.
I
'Cause I think
think so.
I think yeah, 'cause I think Jose joined Hyrax about a year now.
Yeah, so I think he joined. Correct me, if I'm wrong. I think he joined the beginning of the year
Yeah.
because I remember Alan was telling me that they were rocking and rolling as a three-piece until I
Yeah.
joined in June.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
I something like that. So yeah, pretty much went to the rehearsal spot to our studio and just jammed out the songs. I learned one of their songs, and then I learned the Trooper. Obviously, just brushed up on it, and yeah, pretty much. Like they were looking for somebody kind of semi-pro with the pro gear and the transport and reliable, and I'm like, yeah, I'm your guy. Yeah, and then pretty
Yeah.
much hit it off with the guys. They're all cool. I was kind of cool, so I was like, let's do it, and yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty much it.
That's awesome,
So,
man. And,
yeah,
are you guys working on anything new? Is that gonna be, like, some new music coming out from you
yeah,
guys?
yeah. Actually, now we're actually working on new music. I think we got a bunch of ideas. We got one song down, like 95% down. We got another one that I'm working on. So I think so. We're just gonna, probably hopefully by the end of the year, we definitely want to throw some ideas in there now that I'm in the band. I'm also more of a lead player, so I have different
Oh, that's cool.
different, different ear for like he has his style and I have my style, and together, dude, it sounds killer, bro. So I think we're gonna
Yeah.
merge ideas here soon and just start throwing ideas out on the table. We got a couple shows going, but in between that, we're just in creative mode usually at practice. Working on that new jam and then just throwing out ideas. So, but
Yeah.
hopefully at the end of the year, I hope.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I can't wait to listen to it, and,
Yeah, or maybe a single
hopefully
soon. Who knows?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the band, dude,
yeah.
ever since I
Thanks,
discovered
brother.
Alan, and,
Yeah,
they sound like Creator,
yeah,
but
yeah,
on
dude.
speed.
Yeah, yeah. That's when I first listened to it. I'm like, yeah, dude, super, like, super fast, very aggressive. All like Creator. That
Yeah.
what do you call it? Like Teutonic thrash or whatever they call it, Sodom and all those guys.
Yeah.
Which is my
Like,
stuff.
yeah, and I love it, and, hopefully we'll get to see, like, maybe some small tours down in Australia one day, who
Yeah, you know
knows?
what, dude? That'd be fun, man. I need to go travel. I need to go, play music out, man. It's that's one of my
Yeah,
dreams. Even if it's for a little bit, even if it's like a one show
2
thing,
weeks.
or whatever. Yeah, that'd be fun, man. We're definitely striving for that, and I think, obviously with him being in Hyrax and knowing people and stuff, I think, we might be able to do something, maybe
Yeah,
something, so that's the
who know
road ahead, hopefully. And I'm down for it. I told these guys I'm down for 100%.
yeah, hell yeah. So you and I are guitar players, obviously, because, we were talking before we hit
Yeah,
record that, about guitar stuff and stuff like that, so, like, What guitars are you playing at the
So
moment?
so I've been playing Schecters. I've been playing Schecters kind of since
Nice.
since I picked up the guitar. You know that Schecter, that one, that black one is probably one of the first ones I bought, and then from there I just been buying a bunch of Schecters. But as of recently, I want to say maybe 2 years
What
ago,
type of Schecter is it though? Because I
um,
got a Demon 6.
that one of them is the C1 Platinum, and the other one is the like an Omen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
great.
I have those, and then I had another one that was a blackjack. I don't know if you
Oh,
know like that shape. It's almost like kind of like a strat kind of. It was called the blackjack.
I think so. Cause I think DJ Ashba from 6 a.m. and Guns N' Roses got a signature model of that.
Yeah. It was one of those. It had like the Sustainiac pickup and stuff.
Yep, yeah, he's got DJ Ashba's got a signature model of those. Yeah, they look cool.
Yes. So I had that one for a while, but I don't know, man. I just I'm a very simple guy. I like one knob, one tone, and this one had like the strap pickups, and it had three tone knobs and the
Yeah.
Sustainiac and the Floyd Rose. So I was like, you know what, bro? I never really played it, so I ended up selling that one to fund that ESP, which cost me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, I've got an LTD model as well
Yeah.
that I put,
So
EMGs in.
so that one's my main. That's my main axe right now. That's an ESP E2, the Arrow.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I got a
yeah,
LTD, EC10, so it's sort of
mhm,
like a Les Paul Junior,
yeah.
but I took out the stock pickups and put the Zach Wild
And I'll,
EMGs on
you
there.
gotta do it, brother. Always, man. This one came with the Fluence pickups. The the
Okay, yeah.
the Fishman Fluence.
Yeah, I heard they're good.
Yeah. So I guess the guy that I bought it from, he was a guitar luthier himself, like a
Yeah.
guitar tech, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I took off the EMGs and I bought the Fluence pickups. If you want them back, I'll put the EMGs back on there and I'll give you the Fluence in the box." And I'm like, "Yeah, just put them back for me because I'm an EMG guy." So yeah, so
Mm,
I those are the ones that come with the guitar, and then the
nice.
Fluence ones I just ended up just selling them or whatever. But yeah, man, I've just been usually all Schecter with EMGs, and then just that ESP is my main axe right now. That's the one, the white one, my first white guitar, my first kind of V guitar. So
Yeah.
pretty solid guitar, bro. I get compliments on it all the time, dude. Everybody comes up to me all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
'Cause I fixed my Les Paul up,
Uh-huh.
and so that's the reason why I changed to EMGs on this because this is my baby.
Yeah, that thing's nice, bro.
It's very light to play, dude, compared to
Mhm.
most Les Pauls. It feels like a Strat, like the neck is like really thin.
Oh, nice.
It's like playing like one of the with my Schecter
Yeah,
model, but I love this guitar, dude.
that's nice, dude. That's really nice.
Yeah,
Nice, bro.
with the black and gold, it suits it, eh?
That's like that's a totally Zach Wild setup right there, bro.
Yep,
Nice, bro.
yeah.
All
I
you need
love
is like
this.
the bullseye on the guitar.
Oh, like the bullseye thing.
Yeah, like the bullseye. We got a little bullseye sticker, on the whole guitar.
This is I have this one into E flat. Like
Yeah.
then if I'm playing Zach Sabbath stuff, I turn down I got a drop pedal,
Mm,
so that I'll just tune it down to C sharp and it doesn't sound too muddy.
yeah.
Yeah, but my ESP is into E flat as well, and I think my Schecter is down to like drop D standard.
Oh, pretty nice, dude. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have usually. Yeah, for Anathema, we just play in standard. So
yeah, I know. He told me that. That's like the traditional thrash metal tuning.
yeah, so it's funny because with my other band, Thrash Watch, we do E flat, and it sounds
Yeah,
killer. But with Anathema,
yeah,
we do OG standard, um, E standard 440 or whatever, So that obviously the arrow is you know the arrow has that kind of like the the Floyd Rose or whatever. So I keep this one with the purple hardware or whatever. I don't know if you can tell, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's nice.
So I have this one in standard, and then I have my backup Schecter, which is just a string through body. I can tune it wherever, as my backup. But yeah, this is it's my main baby right here. I
Yeah,
like to have the cover off to make it more, more little. Yeah, yeah, this thing's killer, man. Made in Japan, so it's like super well crafted. I have a little tool in the back, so whenever I need
nice.
a last minute adjustment.
Yeah, and
Yeah, man.
you using Grover tuner locks, tuner locks.
Um, so these are I have all. There's a company in Japan called Godo. I don't know if you're familiar with
Okay,
it. Yeah.
no, I'm not.
So it's I have Godo hardware on everything. There's Godo locking tuners, Godo locking nut, and then the Godo floyd rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then
nice.
also in the back, they make this new thing now where in order to do the springs, all you got to do is just tighten that one, and it tightens both of them at the same time.
Ah, makes your job a lot more easier.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of kind of doing the one by one and trying to match it, you just you
Yeah.
just do that one, left, right, and it just does them at the same time.
So that I don't touch those things, man.
You know
Even
what?
like the truss rod, I don't touch them either.
Yeah, you know what, bro? I told myself if I buy this one because it cost me the good, I gotta learn how to mess around with this thing because it's kind of it's tricky. So I
And
ended up
I like the cutaway on the bottom of the last
yeah.
fret because it makes it easier for you to shred like
Oh,
on
dude,
the
yeah. You
last
can
couple
put
of
it on your
notes.
leg. You can sit down with it. So
Yeah.
I the reason I ended up getting this guitar because actually the guys from Warbringer use the arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guitarists on there, Chase. His name's Chase Becker. He uses the E2s. He has a red one and he has like a black one and stuff. And I remember when I
Yeah.
was looking at new guitars, I'm like, man, I like that because you can put it in between your legs and it just looks cool.
Yeah.
So as then my journey began on trying to find one because little did I know that they stopped making them during COVID.
I
So
think that's the reason why Dave Mustaine plays those. Or it was a Dean V at the point.
yeah,
But then he went back to Gibson's. But that's the reason why he plays V guitars because he finds them it's really comfortable to actually just sit it in between your legs and have it just sitting up like that and just play.
it's almost kind of like what do they call it? Kind of like that classical position. Like
Yeah,
yeah. And then
I
with
still play like that. So
yeah, it's comfortable, especially when you're recording. You want to have it nice and close, and it's just super comfortable. And then this one
yeah,
has a nice cutout that fits right in your thigh, so it just sits
yeah,
perfectly, almost basically like a classical guitar.
yeah.
So
Headfield's got a E. Is it Headfield's got an E2 or EC2
easy, I think,
Explorer.
yeah, something like that. I think it's T2 or E2 or something like that. One, I think,
Yeah,
signature, yeah.
yeah. I really want the Wild Audio guitars, but they're like about 3.5 grand Australian money, man.
Yeah, they're expensive. I tried some at Guitar Center. They're a little bit too kind of short for me, I guess, because I all my guitars have like 25 frets. You
Oh
know,
yeah, so you almost go for like a baritone style.
yeah, and I remember trying the wild ones, and I think they're kind of short. I think they go to like 21 or 22 or something like that almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it just makes it easy to shred as well.
yeah.
But but like, because they're from Schecter, and which has
Oh, they are.
surprised me because like
I didn't know
I
that.
thought that I thought that like maybe he would have stayed with Gibson and then come up with his own
Yeah,
thing like what he did, but nah, he went with Schecter.
yeah. I mean, those
Big
guitars,
crossover.
they look cool. Now you see all the
Yeah.
shape that he has on there. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and you could tell that by the shape as well. It's like his love for Tony Iommi, Randy Rhoads, and like the classic,
100%, bro.
like
Yeah,
the classic SG shapes and stuff like that, which I
yeah.
get, and some of
And
that flying V. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, and he has super thick necks. Have you ever felt the necks on one of those?
Yeah, I think one of my I have another Les Paul that I don't play anymore because I got the guitars from Rose Tattoo to sign it for me.
Yeah,
It's like a baseball bat.
dude. So funny story. So besides me, if you look at my Instagram. Besides me playing thrash, I also play blues. I'm a blues guy.
Okay.
So
Oh, nice.
I have like Telecasters. So all my Telecasters have upgraded necks to baseball bat necks, like fatty, like this. Yeah.
Do
Look,
you find that the tone is better?
I I think so because I don't know if you can tell, but look at the neck. I mean,
Holy shit, that is really thick for a
yeah,
telly.
it's just I just like to grip it. It's a nice fit on the hand for me, to do all
Yeah,
these blues licks. So it's pretty.
my LTD AC10 has a thick neck, and I just use
Yeah,
it for like playing Slayer riffs and stuff.
yeah, super thick, fat baseball. I think it's called like a '50s fat U neck.
Yeah,
So they all have this. I just I kind of like that stuff.
not good for your shoulders though, because apparently like they're really heavy.
Yeah, that and then obviously you kind of gotta go with the lighter strings because since you're holding a bigger
A
piece of
thicker
wood on your
neck.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Because I use 10s and 52s on both my guitars,
mm,
and I think I use 11s to 60s or something like that
okay,
for drop D standard drop B.
yeah. This arrow too is it's not too thin either. You 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 kind of expect this guitar to have kind of like a shredder neck, kind of like an Ibanez. No, but
Yeah.
this thing's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick neck, which I
Yeah.
like. So,
I've got a Mexican Strat
mm,
made from Mexico. I showed Alan that, and he fell in love with it.
yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
It's because I've had that guitar for a good maybe 11, 12 years.
Yeah,
And I just put a shit ton of stickers on it, and then not too long ago, I just put like a Symbol Duncan hot rail pickup on there,
nice, bro. Nice.
so I could say like Maiden and Ghost.
Yeah, how's the neck on that? Is it like one of the thin
it,
ones?
it, no, it's thin. That's
Yeah,
what makes it easy for me to play, and that's how I fell in love with playing with thinner necks until I bought a Cherry Burst Gold Top, and it's like a
yeah,
baseball bat.
yeah, yeah. All those strats came with one of the basic thin necks, but I
Yeah,
was like, no, I like super heavy, thick, you know, uh, big, almost like a bat neck, so I can, just hold the neck when I'm like doing vibrato or something, or when I'm bending, for like when I'm playing blues or rhythm or something. So it feels good on the hand.
yeah. So I might change to 10s to 46, maybe on my LTD for a bit of the thinner for the thicker style neck, because now you mentioned it, it makes sense too, because when you have a thinner neck, you have like 10s to 52s on, it's so easy to do those pinch harmonics.
Oh, 100%,
But like
100%.
if you use like thicker strings on a thicker neck, it's a
It's
little bit
hard.
harder. Yeah.
It's
So no,
hard,
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
and your hand gets a little bit more tired. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Sick,
yeah,
man. I love that. I love it. I love it. So let's get into horror movies now, because this is
yeah.
a music and
Let's go.
horror
Let's do it,
podcast.
man. Let's do it.
So how old were you when you got into horror? And what was the first horror movie that you got into?
So again, I think from my remember, again, I was probably in my early teens. Like, yeah, maybe, 4th, 5th grade, 10, 11 years old. And from what I remember, I think it's gotta be like Dawn of the Dead, man. I'm a big zombie guy, dude. I love
Yeah.
zombies. I remember back in the day, we saw pay-per-view and stuff. I remember seeing the first Dawn of the Dead when they're at the mall,
Yeah.
dude, it was so trippy to me because I'm like, dude, like this is crazy. Like these dudes are running around in the mall playing around, and the zombies are just walking down, and then so that's kind of one of my first experiences with actually being scared, man. I remember watching, I think is the new Dawn of the Dead. Remember like 2004 or something, the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad took me to go watch it, and I the first scene, dude, like the first 10 minutes. I was like, I'm scared. I have to walk out. So my dad's like, oh, are you sure? All right. So we ended up going to watch another movie. I never finished it
Yeah.
until I got older, and I was like, oh, what the hell? This is not even that scary, but it scared me, man. You know, the whole apocalypse and everybody going crazy in the neighborhood and stuff. Yeah, I was like, get me out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when it comes to zombie apocalypse movies, I think 28 Days Later changed the zombie apocalypse like genre.
Yeah,
And
this,
then you got like Dawn of the Dead and is it what's the one with Josh Hartnett?
um
28 day 20
weeks,
20 28 nights or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was called.
28 weeks or something. I think it was.
I can't remember. It's the one there. Yeah, he's like in the middle of the snow as like a guard or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yes.
then
I
yeah,
think it's 28 weeks. I think it is.
yeah, I can't remember, but that was just such a good movie. But
Yeah.
so um, yeah, even like the Japanese zombie apocalypse movies are full on, dude.
Oh man, dude, if we're gonna talk about that, man, I got stories. I one of I love horror. I love my favorite type of horror is like slasher gore horror, man. Like that's my thing.
Oh, really? So
Oh, dude.
mine's slasher, like psychological.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's the cheesier the movie is, the better. Like like the more budget friendly the movie is, like oh, dude,
yeah,
those are my especially like the Japanese like the Tokyo gore movies and like the monsters coming out and it's like a doll. Like those are my like
yeah.
dude. I as a child,
Did
like
you ever see Train to Busan?
no, but I've seen the trailer, but I've seen like I know what the thing is about.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's
It is nuts.
yeah, like those just those cheap off the wall horror movies where it's supposed to be kind of scary, but then the dude chops the dude's head off and it's just like squirting with blood and it looks so that those are my favorite, man. Like the
Yeah,
gorier and the more people get killed, the better the movie is for me. It's just I don't know, I just like that stuff. I think that's why I like all the zombie movies. It's a
yeah,
lot of just killing people basically, and then they eat them or they just shoot them. They just killing people, running them over. The zombies and
yeah,
so yeah, that's kind of my style, man. The cheaper the movie is, the better, bro.
yeah. Sometimes like those low budget horror movies become like a cult classic.
Oh, there was there was one recently. I don't know which one. I can't remember the name, but it was like super low budget and it hit super hard.
Terrifier.
I think it was yeah with the clown, right? With the new
Yeah,
the new
yeah,
clown art. Oh, dude, yeah,
uh,
the first one like that.
yeah.
That's what I'm
I
talking about.
have an Art the Clown tattoo on my
Dude,
leg. Yeah,
not gonna lie though, that clown's creepy, bro. I must admit, like that thing creeped me out when I first saw it. I'm like, yo, but then it all goes out the window when he's doing all these cheesy kills. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this is what I'm talking about.
it took slasher to a new to the
Yeah.
next level. At first I didn't like it.
Mm.
'Cause there was no backstory behind it or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. It's
Then
just
the second one was great, and then the third one just got better.
yeah. It's almost like the first one just kind of throws you like, okay, here's the clown that you're supposed to know, and now he's just killing everybody and doing all these crazy kills. But I've always I've always liked stuff like that. Like I remember a movie that kind of took me. I'm like, whoa. Back in the day, remember that movie Wrong Turn? I think it is
Yeah, yeah.
where they're like in a forest.
I think my dad friggin' introduced me to that. He had it on DVD.
Yeah, it's like isn't it like the people are like get lost in the forest or something, and they like these ghouls
Yeah,
or something, or these I don't know
yeah,
what the hell they are. They come in and they just start slicing people with the axes and stuff.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I remember watching it, and that kind of freaked me out. And then I
Yeah,
watched the reboot, and I thought the reboot was trash.
yeah, I heard. It's all it's always you can't go wrong with the first ones all the time, bro. The first ones
Yeah,
are always to another level, and then they try to copy it, and then they're just not.
it
But
doesn't work out though. That's the problem
yeah,
when they do franchises now. Like,
yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't work out. The ones that I think are cool are kind of like which was the ones that George A. Romero does. What is it? Dawn of Walking or Day of the Living Dead or something? And
Yeah,
then they have like Day of the Dead, and they have the Day of the Dead 2, and they have Night of the Dead or something like that. Like those are pretty cool. I mean, they stick to the same formula. It's kind of cheesy. The zombies are kind of but
yeah, yeah. Nice. I really enjoy Rob Zombie's movies, and I don't really care what anyone says. I know he gets a lot of shit
yeah,
from like his movies, but like obviously a lot of people would say like Devil's Rejects is his best, which
that's a good one.
I
Yeah,
agree. But I thought like Halloween was his best,
that
or
was
at
a
least,
good one.
or even his second best movie.
Yeah,
Then he
yeah,
has a
it's
thousand.
yeah, that was my favorite. It's just so wild, bro. Like the way he records stuff, like or he films stuff is just so wild, right? It's like off the wall, like with
Yeah.
the Sid. What is it, Sid? The clown guy. What's his name?
Oh, Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, like that guy's off
Yeah.
the book, man.
Yeah.
It's just so weird, like the way he does these flashing, like boom, boom. It's crazy, bro. He's super one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna get a Captain Spaulding tattoo next to my
Yeah,
Art the Clown, and
yeah,
but yeah, like
that's right.
I love his movies, man. Like me and a mate did a movie ranking on the
Mm,
Rob Zombie movies and
yeah,
shit.
do it. Yeah, man.
He picked Devil's Rejects as number one. I picked Halloween as number one,
Yeah, Devil's Reject
but
is cool too, man.
Devil's Rejects was like probably one of his best movies that he's done.
Yeah,
Not saying that all the other ones weren't that bad, but like I think Devil's Rejects um was probably one of his best ones that he's done out of the eight
yeah.
or nine films that he's
And
done.
and again, when that one came out, people were like tripping out, bro. They're like, "Oh my god, how?" I remember houses on theaters, like what if what if young kids see this? What are they gonna with all these scenes? But and then he brought up
Yeah,
House of a Thousand Corpses, and it just went off the wheel. It went off the rails, bro.
that got a lot of hate, and not many people liked it, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, yeah, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much like with horror and stuff, I usually just stick to, like I said, slasher movies, super gory, like that, like chopping people's heads off, and
yeah.
it's funny because I stay away from like ghost movies. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, they freak you out.
Yeah, yeah. It just I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole like The Conjuring or
Oh, I
the
love those movies.
I do it. I can't watch them. That one or like like what would that be like possessed movies or like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
that type of stuff, The Conjuring or The Exorcism of like Emily Rose or like Paranormal Activity or Demons and stuff, dude. I stay away from those movies, bro. I don't know why. I just don't like them. Like I don't want to mess with that stuff, bro.
I remember when I was in hospital and Paranormal Activity was on TV. That freaked
Dude,
me out.
dude, the TV trailer freaked me out, bro.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh my, like I remember vividly one time I was in my room and it came on and I think it was a trailer where it's like a brief trailer, obviously, but they emphasize like I don't know why it so trips me out. Where they're like, oh, let's see what's coming in, and they put the baby powder on the door, and they see like kids' feet. Oh, dude, that freaked me out, bro. And I haven't seen them since. I swear to God,
yeah.
I've only seen the second one, and that's because my
The the second Paranormal.
yeah
Yeah, I've seen both of them. Then I stopped after like when all the other stuff came out.
yeah I think it's the second one where it's like the family with the pool, right, and the dog or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
yeah.
I got tricked into seeing that in high school with my buddies. Let's go watch
do
this movie.
you do you go out and watch like horror movies, like new horror movies out in
Um,
theaters or anything?
I usually do, but like I said, it's gotta be like kind of like whatever I'm into. Kind of like I went to go see what's that new one? The 28 Years Later.
That's good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like that, or when like the new like the new Halloween, that one when it came out, I went to go see that
Yeah,
one, and I try to like I said, I try to stick to that type of stuff. When I'm not trying to get scared with the whole demon thing in theater.
I try to stay on top because I love going to movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, me too.
I think the last movie I went and watched was Weapons. Weapons was really good.
Oh yeah.
I
How is
really
that? Is that
enjoyed
good?
it. Yeah, yeah, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It reminded me of like Longlegs and Barbarian a bit.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
two
heard
of
it
my
was
favorite
crazy.
movies as well.
Yeah, I heard it was.
Yeah,
I heard
and
it was pretty crazy.
it was, yeah, because it cuts down to like 5 parts
Mm.
in the movie. So each main character sort of like has their own story, and then in the
Interesting.
final act, it could just blends in, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. I thought that was really good. And what else? Because I watch a lot of movies, man. Because I find like as soon as you get older, all you want to do is chill and watch movies.
At your house. Yeah, especially at
At
your
your
house.
house.
Yeah,
Um, I really enjoyed Sinners, the vampire movie.
that was a good one.
Sinners.
Yep, yep. That
A
was a
lot
good
of people said it was overhyped, but then um, it built. You got to let the movie
one.
build up, man.
Yeah,
That movie, I just loved the build up to that movie, and I thought it was fantastic.
yeah. Especially, I'm pretty sure if you watch it one or twice, it gets better on the second time. That's usually what happens with me, at least.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
What else, man? Long Legs was fantastic. Long Legs was such a great movie. Nicolas Cage was great. It
Yeah.
reminded me of like Sons of the Lambs a bit.
Another good movie.
Um, yeah, even the Substance was like one of the best body
Yeah.
horror movies that came out. Like
I
nuts.
yeah, the like I said, the last one I went to go see in theaters because I kind of just wait till they get here and I just rent them like on Amazon Prime or whatever. But
Yeah,
it's the I really wanted to go see 28 Years Later because like I said, like you said, I'm a big fan of the first one, like the whole indie type of filming and then just the kind of just the feeling of like, oh, let me watch it in theaters. That's why I want to go see it, and I loved it. It was good, man. You know,
yeah,
still
yeah,
have that eerie feeling of them stuck and the whole desperation of like, damn, bro, what would I do in that situation? Fuck,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
wild.
And the new one will be coming out, I think, next year, I
Yeah,
believe.
I think that's what attracted me to a lot of those movies. Just the whole desperation of like what happens if it happens now? Like you could be by yourself or like there's no
Yeah.
food and you have to outrun these zombies in the street by yourself. Where are you gonna go? That's it. Kind of trips you out, man. If you really think about it, like if it happens nowadays, like what are you gonna do? Stay at your house for how long? Or what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly right. It's like
Yeah,
when lockdown it's like when lockdown happened, I called it the zombie apocalypse.
it
So
pretty much. Yeah, it really looked like when you go out, no traffic. I still have to work, but it was no traffic, no one at the stores. Everybody was like looking at you weird because you're just like, what are you doing? But
yeah. So but like yeah, that like it's like yeah, horror movies is like as soon as you find a favorite horror movie, like you're stuck for life. It's the same thing like a band, eh? Like as soon as you listen to
100%, bro.
one song, you get into that one band, you're stuck for life, and that's how I kind of see like horror movies, man.
Yeah,
As soon as you see something that hooks you into it,
you
you're
you
scarred for life.
yeah, you're Scott Fries and you like it. Kind of like the whole zombie thing. I watched it first and now I like the zombie. I like like World War Z. It's primarily not a horror movie, but the whole just everything ending and these dudes running up the walls and or like the Resident Evil.
World War Z was good too.
Yeah, yeah,
That was fantastic.
yeah. You know what? I think it's like I said. It's just that the whole thing that if that happens in real life, what are you gonna do? That's kind of scary. It's like everything can just go to shit, and you're like, fuck. What do you? These things are running at you. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
If that happened in real life, I'd call in sick for work.
You know, work would probably be like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Come on in, bro. Like,
Hey,
that's
can't
cute.
come into work. Can't come into work. There's a zombie apocalypse
Yeah.
outside.
And that funny thing is, like, remember Shaun of the Dead? Like,
Yeah, yeah, fucking hell. It's like British horror is like known for like comedy, like low
like,
budget,
like, what is it?
stupid horror movies.
Like stupid slapstick, like just like it's so dumb, dude. Like, Shaun of
Yeah.
the Dead, like it's like he has the same routine. He walks out, kicks the ball, goes around the car, goes to the liquor store, and goes to his shitty job at the market, and then He does
Yeah,
it again when there's zombies around. He doesn't even notice because he's a zombie himself, just going through life.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
It's crazy, bro. Yeah, there's some pretty crazy zombie movies. Like some no budget ones that are awesome, dude.
yeah. I agree. Well, dude, thank you for coming on, man. This was fun.
Yeah, bro. Of course, man. Thank you for
Really
having me,
appreciate
bro.
you. So, I'll finish off with two more questions. So
Yeah.
let's do top 5 horror movies and top 5 guitar. Actually, no, top 5 thrash metal riffs. So let's finish off with top 5 horror movies.
Okay, so the riffs first.
Yeah, we go. Okay, we go with the riffs
Yeah.
first then.
Well, okay.
That
So
might be a bit of an easy one for you.
yeah. So we're gonna go top five being one being the best one, like the most. So
Yeah,
okay. So I think number five would be probably Indians, Anthrax,
yeah,
right? And then in number four, definitely it's gotta be War Pigs, Sabbath, 100%. Number three, probably uh maybe Hallowed Be Thy Name. That riff. And then
yeah.
number two, probably it's probably gonna be probably Angel of Death. No,
Yeah.
Raining Blood. Sorry.
Yeah. Everyone knows that song.
Yeah,
You know they're a Slayer fan when I hear that song, and that's
yeah.
it.
And then I'm gonna
Come
be,
on,
and then I'm
dude.
gonna yeah, and then I'm gonna be super biased again because that's the first that Angel of Death, man. That breakdown riff. You know. So
Yeah,
that's just it changed my whole thinking of like, man, I want to play like that fast and stuff like that. So
yeah.
now
Sick.
I think for horror movies, like again, I'm gonna go based off like kind of like the horror slash. So it'd be number five for sure would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right?
No, the
I
original or the reboot?
the reboot because I remember I had
Yeah.
that in DVD.
Is that the Jessica Biel one?
Yeah, that one,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what got me into it as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
I had it on DVD. My dad on DVD, and that tripped me out too.
yeah, I've
So
got it as well on DVD.
yeah, so I'll put that one on number five. Number four would probably Dawn of the Dead, the remake, the 2004 one. Again, because I had that on DVD, and I was like, "What is this?" After the fact that it scared me in theaters, I watched it on a DVD, and it was not bad. Um, and then number three would probably like probably be like Wrong Turn, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then number two, 28 days later, you know. And then number one for sure would be I just had it right now. What was it? Probably again, just for the nostalgia reasons, probably the first Dawn of the Dead. Or yeah, the one in the 70s, right? The one with the in the mall, like
yeah,
with then the
yeah.
biker guys come in.
Very nice, very nice. Well,
Yeah, so
dude,
a
thank
bunch
you
of
very much.
a bunch of zombie related stuff, but
Sick, nice, nice. Well, dude, thank you very much for coming on and
thank you,
reaching out.
brother.
Yeah, man, keep on thrashing, keep playing those guitars, man, and
Yeah, man.
hope to see Anathema or something like
Yeah,
come
man.
down here
Likewise.
just for small gigs.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for thanks for being a fan and and inviting me to the podcast also with Alan and stuff. And yeah, bro, just keep an eye out. We might throw in a single here soon, hopefully, and we'll keep you in mind whenever we make merch or something, and we'll tag you and all that stuff when the new album comes out, and hopefully you like it, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and we can get the band in to talk about it, or you and Alan to talk about
Oh,
it.
that'd be great, brother. We have a we've actually talked about that. Hey, let's do like a little video or something. So yeah, whenever you want, we'll plan that out, brother.
Too easy, man. Too easy. Well,
Sure.
guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow me on Spotify and on Instagram. And don't forget to follow. Is it Jan? How do I
The,
pronounce your name?
Juan.
Juan.
Yeah,
Juan. Yeah.
Juan. Yeah.
On social media, mainly on Instagram. You're on there.
Yeah,
Facebook as
usually
well.
Facebook just for like family stuff, but Instagram is where I put all my the Anathema videos or the when I like to play on the side, guitar videos or whatever. So
Yeah, sick. I'll put all your links down there.
Yeah, sounds
Okay,
good, brother.
guys. See you guys next time, everybody. Peace out.